And fury and a remarkable warning to the Kim Jong-un regime. Let's bring in CNN's Brian Todd. He's been working the story for us. Extraordinary language, Brian, from the President of the United States.
That's right, Wolf. In recent memory, no American president has spoken that way about North Korea. And tonight, veteran observers of the regime in Pyongyang are warning of what this escalating war of words could lead to. President Trump's message to Kim Jong-un: have no doubt about American firepower if you continue to threaten the U.S.
They will be met with fire, fury, and frankly power, the likes of which this world has never seen before.
Possibly playing the good cop, the president's top diplomat stressed nothing has changed militarily in the region.
I think what the president was doing is sending a strong message to North Korea in language that Kim Jong-un would understand.
Kim's regime has often used apocalyptic rhetoric, its state-run media recently saying if the U.S. teases North Korea with sanctions and military might, America will be, quote, catapulted into an unimaginable sea of fire. But the concern tonight is that the president and some members of his administration are venturing onto dangerous terrain by provoking the young tyrant.
Part of this escalating rhetoric game, which I think is really not very helpful and is just ratcheting up tensions. And my fear is this is how nations blunder into wars.
Trump's defense secretary seemed to push Kim even more today, saying North Korea should stop considering actions, quote, that would lead to the end of its regime. Analysts say that's what might provoke Kim more than almost anything else, the threat of being tossed out of power or assassinated. They say we should never lose sight of what this man can do, even to those close to him, when threatened like that.
He even had his uncle, his mentor, executed by anti-aircraft artillery. He was seen as the second most powerful man in North Korea, and he was a relative, and Kim Jong-un took him out.
Experts say Kim, like his father, is known to use bluster in a calculating way, to stir the pot, then sit back and gauge the response. But even if they're speaking in terms Kim would, quote, understand, some believe President Trump and his defense secretary will get the opposite of what they're looking for from Kim's regime.
They say they need nuclear weapons to deter against this war-hungry United States. So these kind of comments, or even other comments vowing to attack North Korea if they cross a technological threshold, will only affirm that, to North Korea's mind, why they need to have nuclear weapons.
But there are those who say the rhetoric from previous American presidents hasn't worked, and tougher talk is needed right now. One analyst who has supported President Trump in the past says this is a more dangerous moment than Trump's predecessors faced with North Korea. And the president's language sends a necessary message to Kim Jong-un that America can act with force if pushed. Wolf?
Brian, the administration is also now trying to get the word out that there's no daylight between what Secretary of State Rex Tillerson said, what the president said on the rhetoric they're both using. They're both using with North Korea. That's what they're suggesting.
They are suggesting that, Wolf, tonight. The State Department spokeswoman a short time ago said Secretary Tillerson and President Trump spoke within the past 24 hours, that they're in agreement on the pressure campaign against North Korea. They speak with one voice, according to her. But Tillerson also did say today that you never like to have someone in a corner without a way for them to get out diplomatically. He said it's hard to say if the U.S. has Kim Jong-un in a corner right now.
All right, Brian, thanks very much. Brian Todd reporting the breaking news next. A dire new warning from the